Don't worry. We know Light Switch is the real is the anthem now. It's not big in Tokyo no more. That's the real anthem. So you can't wait to hear your take this week. Okay, that's that's encouraging. At least as long as something interesting happens. At this point, I'll take it. As long as an interesting event takes place, like whether I like it or not, or somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I know the YouTube stream gonna be crazy. Should be interesting, and we're doing it today as well. By the way, so we're doing everything today. But all right, we could start. This chapter was cool. Okay, we could start. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell of dawn to the goals to the 32-month streak. Doesn't get you, and you can stay notified. Let's see what this man is cooking up this week. So you got Bam. He's fallen. I don't know why his eyes looking like that. It's hilarious. About the clothes? Some SIU. Oh, we switched. Okay, we switched scenes. So Yama on the battlefield. Hold on. Do I like how this is centered? I don't. Move this a little bit this way. Sorry, I'm a little anal about stuff like this. Okay, better. Oh, I looked for cosmic scans. I guess they're just gone, deleted. Just and honestly, good fucking riddance. Don't come back. So Yama's there with a surprise. Baylor Yama was that good. You don't know about the nap. You don't know this man took a nap. It's over for you. Let's keep it going. I hope Prowse goes crazy. That's Prowse, right? Kill him. Yep, bunch of nobodies. Yeah, about to get packed up. Bunch of jobbers. I don't even know what he did. Did he punch? Oh my god, whoops. But he blew them all back with energy waves. They might come back under a different name. uh that looks like the guy that was inside the book that Gustang had it, but that's not him though. That's not Monriche. Shinsu control technique. He waves his wand. No, it's somebody else. Never mind. Wand at him. A blast comes towards him. Breath of the giant. Yama's leaking that red energy off of his, I don't know, body curse mark. I don't know. Look like flames, kind of. He just punches. It blows through the breath of the giant attack. And did it hit the dude? I guess it missed him. I don't think it hit him. Oh, but whatever was behind him got blown away. Jesus Christ. And then he just punched him in the face. Okay, well, that works too. So, yeah. Chapter was cool. DMC been going crazy. Yama can fight. I thought he was trash. Proust. That's quite. SC did cook this week. Um, I haven't gotten any. Actually, no, I got a strike on my other channel, but I've been all right for the time being. But I guess they're just like stop stealing. So yeah, he got knocked out. You got knocked out. Oh, he punched him into like the rest of the stuff too. Yeah, it's over for him. He got launched. This is kind of what we wanted to see from Yama from the jump, but it is what it is. It's still not moving me. Like it's cool when I'm not moved. Oh, this guy again. Haha. A pretty interesting son of a beach. Great librarian. It's almost time. I'm going to head I'm going to head to the other field. So please take care of the clearing of this area as well. Okay, got it. What do we do? They're coming. Vice Captain Bellarier is heading to the field. Attack. Looks like that. Is that the Shinwan Ryu ship? Looks like it's like a pulse. Like a pulse wave. Dodge it. Yama. Yama does not dodge it. He just puts his arms up to block. He did not listen. He did not listen. Looks like it's hard for him to block. It looks like it's pushing him back, but he's not like dead or like, so he might be okay. What do you think you're doing, Great Librarian Mikkel? You're attacking our ships too. What do you think about this, Proust? They're all going to die anyways. What? Darn it. Darn it. Let's charge. Let's destroy it. To the charge. Let's destroy it. If you destroy that thing, there's nothing left to fear, says Doom. I really like that toy a lot, but I won't be able to use it anymore. I didn't think the Slayer Yama would be able to pierce that shield. You high rankers never cease to amaze me, but it doesn't matter. I have brought something I've brought some things that are beyond your imagination. And he walks away into his little pod thing with scriptures on the front. Teleportation. I haven't heard anything about the mobilization of other troops. There's Kirin. Kirin going is he gonna fight? You want fraud watch, bro? We watching. We watching. We watching. Post snap Yama is him. I mean, maybe it's too late. It's too late for me. I'm done with Yama. But if y'all want to like hype him up, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop y'all. Kirin, Lobadan, and Kirin finally. Commander from above. Something came through a portal. There's another floating ship coming down. Can't tell what it is. It looks like yeah, it's a ship. Not sure what's happening. There's Kirin with his ship too. The Jod. The Jod symbol. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who pulled up? Is the captain? That's not Jihad. That's the captain. I see the scar. Hold on. The boss is here. It's time. It's time. He about to make his move? You finally about to move out? He's swole, by the way. He D's. He's swole. My man is brolic. Okay. He got all the shit on him, kind of like Jihad, though. That's interesting. All right. The battlefield is reeking of blood. The time has come for a new boss to appear in this tower. You going for the king's head? I don't know what to do with this whole boss, the captain, Wagner, and Karaka thing, but you might finally be getting to the heart of it. You said fraud versus fraud? Wait, who are the frauds facing each other? Lobadan's not a fraud. If you're adding him, SU not fooling anyone with the high ranker line. Yeah, I was gonna comment on it, Chief, but I just didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. I left it alone. I wasn't gonna bother with it. But I feel the crazy armor. Never thought I'd say Yam was the best part of a chapter. He been lifting. Yam versus Kirin are the frauds. Oh, okay. I feel like Kirin might fight Lobadan, but I like the idea of Yama be taking him out because he's like the ultimate beast tamer or whatever. So the ship's there. We'll see what happens. There's Hidden Grove a little bit. Well, Hidden Grove. There's Moron. I don't remember the local beer guy's name, but he's like the brother of the guy with the guns. And then there's Lobadan and Doom. That. What is that? Okay, something's happening. I made him a. Look at his neck. Look at his neck. God damn. That's just unfortunate. He's looking kind of crazy. I made a mistake, but I don't think he's dead. Oh, okay. But that last technique, I knew it. It made me feel a threat I never felt before. And Hodgins' son was about to use the same thing on you, meaning so he took it, so he accidentally got serious and snapped his neck. What a surprise! That 3 regulars can pose a threat to me. 3 regulars? Oh wait, no, that's fair. Aguero took out the armor. That's fair. I don't know what Rack did though. What did Rack do? Someone remind me. What did Rack do? I know you're impressed that he's a native or whatever, but he didn't do nothing. He rocked up. He did this, and then you like stab. He's fine, right? Bro is here with full armor waiting for Mazzino. He don't want to see my guy Urek. What to pack him up? You better run away, Captain. My bad, I accidentally cooked him, right? You know, I respect the SIU for packing up Baam like that. Must have been hard for him. I don't respect it because he didn't do it. He didn't do it the right way. Dumas, I ain't gonna let you power up. Rack went raw with the rocks. He got H attacks. Rack is Rack, and this is enough. No, it's not. Rack is trash. He's so garbage. SIU has completely ruined that man. Oh, I wish he'd. I want better for Rack. Rack just deserves so much better because he's not a bad character, but he needs to fight and do things. Okay, so they can pose a threat to me. Have come gathered. He puts his finger to his neck. His pulse is weak, but he's still breathing. Picks him up. Why you picking him up like that? Were you flinging? No, he just flung him. Bro, what if that throw kills him? He said he's barely breathing. My man said, why did you fling him like that if you need him alive? That was so funny to me. I don't know why. Oh man, that's like Vegeta being like, take Kakarot. Kakarot just fucking kicks him like he's not dying of a heart attack. Like, bro, respect him. He throws. Oh, he threw him to the heart. Ah, So that's what made his heart start beating again? That's interesting. So his armor is now moving once more. Still no arms on it. My heart has started beating again. I wanted to try this and it worked. He wanted to test if his heart would beat again just by leaving Bam next to him. But why did that work? Because you did. My only question is if Aguero's ability, the IU, was what took away your like life force and forced them to come into your inner world. I know Bam is like on a regular and he's weird, but I'm not sure. I got, is he gonna, maybe he'll explain it. Hold on, let me keep reading. Maybe he'll explain it. With the irregular one still inside my armor, all I have to do now is get him to my master. Oh, Bam's there floating. Wow, that was short and sweet this week. That's it. That's the end of the chapter. Short and sweet this week. The captain. This is the only thing that I cared about. The captain. This is good. That this should be interesting. I'm very excited to see what he's about to do because he's been impressive behind the scenes and everything. He's been impressive. So I'm trying to see how did you guys feel this week? That was good. He's quick and painless. If anything, if you didn't like it, it was short and to the point. All things considered, right? So let me see. But that is on Bad's fault of being dumb. Yama cooked. That is on Dumas' fault of being dumb. Yama cooked him. Rack peaked at the name hunt. Rack was good in season one, and that was it. I didn't mind him in season two, but season two is when, like, I would personally argue. Yes, I don't know where in season two actually. I'll have to think about that. But Rack has a lot of good character moments. The problem with Rack will always be that he's somebody who identifies as a fighter, a hunter. I hunt turtles, and he doesn't fight, nor does he really win them. And then his fight with Iniesta was kind of off screen, and Rand was the one who kind of ended up beating him with help with tandem with Shia and everyone else. But Rack has so much potential to be a really good character because his bro speeches are good. Like I like when he's like, "You lost your banana." Like those are dope. Keep that up, but now add the combat factor. But don't cheapen it by being like, "I'm not prey, I'm a predator." Random power up. That was garbage. That character deserves better, and he's been in the story from its infancy. Do better with Rack. Where was I at? He ain't do it the right way, but Trinity SCU just makes Pam get back and power up the Ashes to beat OP dudes, so he must have been hard for SAU to do this. I don't know. We'll see. I guess SCU should have showed the Rack fight in the name station. Yeah, he really threw Bam at his heart. I don't know how I feel about Bam being able to cancel spells even though he's unconscious. Is that what it is? Is the Sweet Fish IU thing a spell? Oh yes, it was a spell. That quick. Actually, that does make sense now. I forgot that he summoned a magic circle when he did the fish thing. So I guess Bam canceled it out. So many did Shinwan Ryu. He's okay. That makes sense. So I retract that earlier statement. That actually all makes sense now. That's my bad. I didn't put that together. He wants to get Kirby. It's not even funny. So the energy form is a mode of the armor. I guess. Like I said, I'm pretty much convinced that he controls the armor from the inside of his world, and that he's like it's not like Karaka. I believe Karaka's physical body is inside the armor. Now he has these weird gimmicks and spells and self regeneration, infinite past lives to keep himself afloat. But I think he's really in there. Thanks for the heart and armor, Dumas. Equally, maybe he looks dope. Chapter was okay. 6-7 for me. Good Killfanger with the captain showing up and Keating stuff and other that was bored. Love the armor. I like the armor. He definitely about to eat the heart. Purple armor level 1 to match the shield and cutlery. Liked it more. Liked it more before I realized the boss. That's the boss and not Big Jaw. Oh, I probably wouldn't have been as excited if it was Jaw. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but the captain is somebody that I'm very interested in, so I'm happy that he's here. Captain is fire. Pretty sure all Lopabia and Pobeda are going to go down. Revolution going to win. Going to win the fight outside. I wonder if the Jihad symbol on the boss's floating ship will come into play. How so? Elaborate. Like what are you thinking? I'm not 100%. I'm 90% sure now that Enkidu versus Dumas will end with Enkidu inside the armor trying to eat Bam and getting the reverse card instead. Ooh, Bam getting Enkidu. That's interesting. I wouldn't put it past SIU to give him that. I mean, I don't have too much to sink my teeth into. We can speculate on the captain, what he's doing, and things of that nature. But the chapter was pretty much Yama. What? That's a good nap. He's throwing good punches. Cut. Oh shoot! The captain appeared. Cut. Dumas is like, I almost killed him. Yeet! Armor's moving again. Bring him to Dumas. Like that's the chapter. There really isn't. That was short, sweet, and to the point. I'm not mad at that, but there isn't a lot for me to salivate at and sink my teeth into. So this might not be the longest stream ever, but the boss probably stole his shit from the Zard army. That's kind of what I'm guessing, or like he just has a Zahar Empire ship, or at some point he was a part of the Empire, or followed behind Jihad and just kept whatever ship that he had. That's kind of my guess. I'm not overthinking the symbol part. It's probably just to add to the symbolism that he looks like Jihad. Like sometimes you got to take things metaphorically, not necessarily like literally. But I don't know. What are you thinking though? I'm thinking there's a brother prince to represent each of Jihad's ayers, something. So the boss. But first and foremost, let me just ask this question real quick. How many of you guys are? I know I never thought of this until I think I started talking about Luslek and like Mazzino chasing after the captain. How many people are in the camp that the boss and the captain are two different people? So the people that Doan was talking to during the Age of Genesis with the mole, some people think that guy, the boss, and the captain with the scar are two different individuals. I don't. I just want to know how many people here think that they're like two different people, because that probably change your perspective on what's going on here. Um, and yeah, so I want your thoughts on that. Just as a side note, I proposed to Haku, Joe, Otaku Fix, Milios. I have to tell Ordering Mark because he's not in that group. I don't think he's on Twitter. And someone told me to try to reach out to Animosity and somebody else, but like the Tower God people, Izzy and them. I reached out. I threw out the date of March 22nd on a Friday for the Tower God big discussion. I think 22nd. We haven't all agreed on a time and a date yet, but we're getting closer, so just be patient. I can't do it alone, and everyone has to agree and show up. So people are on my head about that. Like, hey, when's a big discussion happen? It's like, I can't have a discussion, a big discussion with me by myself, so you gotta wait till they all show up. So just be patient. Where was I? I'm thinking there's a brother prince. Wait, the boss probably stole a ship from our empire. Is that the captain or the boss? Because one of them have a mole. Um, I don't. I just call them both names. I don't think they're different people. I don't know. I don't know that the mole was like real or a Gian Sula mole or whatever like that. Like I just thought that the boss when he was younger looked that way because you could gain and lose moles. I don't know if you know that. Like you could naturally develop a mole and you could naturally lose one. I've had moles that I've gotten later on in life, and I've had older ones just disappear as I grow older. I've done nothing like from an esthetician beauty standpoint to get rid of it. Sometimes they just come and go. So I didn't take that as like a serious thing. And I know if you have a dot, if you're not a natural Giansula, you get that like Liroro. So, but I mean, again, that's not. I'm not saying I'm right or you're wrong. I'm just throwing out my perspective versus yours. Don't want and Cha probably talk to two different people, but it could be either way. One is good, the other is bad. The Jihad family kind of get involved, so entering the battle with Jihad Simple will cause problems. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. There's so much going on right now at the same time. I feel like that is not hard to make good chapters that don't feel like nothing happened. That being said, we got some fights perhaps now, I guess, on this side of the battlefield. The dude looks so much more ripped than the boss from the Cat Tower arc, so I doubt they're the same. You think so? You don't think that maybe he was just in the armor? Like, or in the clothing and it just kind of hid how muscular he was? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. A lot of times these guys will just have different body types on a whim too, right? Where it's like I could be skinny and it's like I'm getting serious and I flex and my muscles come out. Again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just throwing out a lot of tropes we've seen in Eastern storytelling. So I wouldn't, and I don't know that aesthetically he's consistent because remember you guys were talking about Yama's shirt coming on and off. I wouldn't put too much stock into that, but I get it. Don't want to wait. Having three brothers is good symbolism. I think it's one dude, but maybe not. Bro came back. Brolic. Yeah, having three. Karaka, Wagner, and this guy would be symbolic for the three eyes. I think they're two different people. I've always had the multiple clones of Jihad theory in my mind. But aren't you not? Are you not considering Wagner and Karaka as possibly one of those clones? Not gonna lie, I thought they were two different people. Time for a reread. Again, I'm not saying I'm correct. I could be totally off. Do you think the boss, Wagner and Karaka, are Zahard's unrecognized children, or maybe something like Gustang's librarians? I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I don't know if he split himself up. He has some Horcrux gimmick that got life. They're illegitimate children, but they were saying that nobody can bear his child because he's too powerful, which is why you got the Jihad princess system and the power of blood through the bonding and the procedure they use to power up princesses of Zahard. So that's one of those things where it depends on what you believe. I don't know. I don't know that I believe that Jihad is so strong that he can't copulate with somebody, but again, that's up to you to decide. But I have no idea. I'm not gonna that kind of speculation. Maybe the princes are pieces of Jihad and that he's discarded, similar to Traumar and Gus. I think that's plausible. It could be three sons of Zahard or four, Wagner being the true heir. We got to see him with the ring. My gripe this week that I don't know what to think about the Baam stuff anymore. Like we could not see them until the chess match starts, and it wouldn't change anything. Maybe I'm just annoyed we didn't get to see him go all out before losing. I understand. I feel that Kolovic. No, just the whole aside from Dumas' armor and its mechanics, and is Dumas a real person? Is he just the austerity of Gustang or some hybrid? Just nothing about that scenario I find particularly interesting. I'll just be honest with you guys. I don't really care. Like this doesn't move me. I don't. This felt like I feel for someone of Bam's caliber who we've pretty much never seen lose. Right. I'm under the impression that a moment like this, a loss, you should like that should reverberate through the community and be super impactful, and it's just not. Like even the people who are like it's a good thing. It's not. They're not like I can't believe he listen like like there's no impact to the loss in a great fashion. Like if if you saw a character that constantly wins and they finally lose, and you're like, oh, when it hits you, like a loss hits you, like I don't get that from this moment. So to me, just fugazi, like it doesn't move me. But didn't the boss once say there was more of him, and they referred to him as the boss as a collective? I don't remember that. You might be right. I don't remember that. So again, I'm not. I want to make it very clear that I am not stating that my opinion here is correct. I'm just basing off what I know. I really, really should reread Tower of God. I just don't fucking want to because I don't think it's a point because he just changes his mind and just does things whenever he wants. So a lot of old information that I have, I don't know that it matters or is relevant. But again, if he said that, then I'm wrong. I don't recall that. Is that when he was talking to Hidden Grove? So maybe could it be one person who split him? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't do that. Jihad got that deadly nut. I don't buy that Jihad can't have children. Yeah, I was about to say that before you just did. He could have had one with an irregular, one with a female fountainhead if he wanted to. Like Arlene, I'm sure could have handled it. When I say handled it, I don't mean handled the pipe. I just mean like could bear the child, or I don't know, bro. Like again, this is what happens when you're too vague. And you have to understand, I'm not a lore merchant. I don't care about lore like that. Most people that I talk to that take an interest in storytelling are lore merchants. I am not a lore merchant. I'm a character person. Character, 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 character. Then next to me is plot and central plot, and all the other ancillary things can come later. I don't care about lore, especially if you don't properly explore it. And this is a series to me that has a lot of pseudo lore. The lore is a lot more interesting in concept than it is in actual execution. So I don't fall for things like that. But I don't know. Just gotta see. Deadly, I know. Deadly Nut was crazy. Oh, John got the golden nut from Mystery Island. Oh shit. Well, it's still not over. He could wake up next chapter, but who knows? Yeah, we'll just see. Dumas will regret putting Barbs on the armor. Just wait, CBL. Oh yeah, that was a mistake. I have half a mind that he'll start controlling the armor. And Dumas is like, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, that was my armor. Dumas, take out your own people. Like, I don't know. Dumas, I summarize as what does that mean? And no matter what you try to ask about him, we just don't know enough to do a basic power scaling on him. The loss doesn't feel impactful to me either. Dumas is too powerful, and mainly because it didn't feel like Bam was going out either. I don't even know that. I still don't believe that Dumas was too powerful with Bam at absolute 100% capacity. But I don't know what to do with it. I'm just gonna take the wait and see approach and try to be cautiously optimistic. The boss isn't the same one from the Hidden Grove. This boss isn't one from Hidden Grove. Okay, fair enough. Imagine Bam with an armor of his own. That'd be kind of busted, but I wouldn't put it past SIU giving it to him. Dumas really bodied the shit out of Bam. I bitch Bam got humbled by someone weaker earlier though. Like I just it just doesn't move me. Bam had one thorn out. He wasn't trying. Like how why does that like maybe it's me. Maybe it is me. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it's just like how could you feel any type of way about someone getting beat up at not full power? You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, like I'm wailing on Goku. He's losing and he's Super Saiyan 1. Like he's not trying, nigga. Like you have 500 other forms plus you can Kaioken stack on one of them. Like I don't care if I'm seeing Goku getting mixed to Super Saiyan 1, I'm not doing I can't believe he lost. I'm asking why isn't he transforming to 2, 3, God, Blue, Omen, or Ultra and Master? Like Bam's loss here is so fake to me. It doesn't work. It's so like it upsets me because it's just objectively bad storytelling. His character could have changed like how SC did with Trauma Ray character design. Well, with the reveal of the 13 months and the fact that Jihad doesn't want any princesses to actually succeed and become his wife kind of revealed more about the fact it wasn't, oh yeah, you're right. It wasn't actually the truth or that simple that nobody can handle the seed. Yeah. That shit would have hit so hard if he was going 100% and Dumas trying to fuck down. Imagine even like he got pissed and he went to the mall against White, pulled out another thorn and maybe a black march or something, and Dumas still ragdolled him. Then I'd have been like, okay, I was wrong. Like presently, as much as he can pull out, he can't mess with him. But I just don't believe that. Bam is getting beat up before increasing his power little by little. I would accept this Bam loss if he did the same. No, it's a loss. I'm not saying it's not a loss, by the way. You know me, an L is an L. I don't make excuses. I'm just giving you an explanation to why it didn't move me. An L is an L, because even when Dumas put the carrier to Bam's back, I said that's an L, even though I saw him ready to counterattack with Leviathan or whatever. But like, I don't make excuses for losses necessarily. But at the end of the day, if you don't try and you lose, that's on you. That's not on me. Oh well, he never hit you with his tween behind the step back 3-pointer. So why didn't he do it? It's my fault he didn't pull it out. He's an idiot. I still won the game or the matchup. Where was I at? No black rain equals Bam isn't serious doesn't mean ish. No black Shinsu either. Remember, his black Shinsu is very powerful. Against Dajahad and White, it went crazy. Still impressive. He defeated all three of them after having nonstop rest after his fight with the family head. No, it's not. SIU probably did that because of the plot. The plot he's planning. Bam needs to be caught and perhaps brought to Gustang, or maybe he awakens and does some shit to Dumas's heart. Yeah, we'll see. Bam on fraud watch. He's not a fraud watch. He's an idiot watch. Like, does your brain work watch? And I was praising him all of season 3 for actually thinking through things and using his brain. I keep telling people one of my favorite Bam showcases, even though I'm confident he was much stronger than Ren, Lopabia Ren from RED. I'm like, I like how he thought about the fight. He recognized you're not good at head-to-head combat. He recognized that even though he felt his arm disappear, he could still feel it, letting him know that there's a way to get it back. Like all of those things matter to me. Where I'm like, he's starting to really think through his fights and whatnot. Even when he was fighting the Mudflat Snake and he couldn't really like hit them, he realized their like slitheriness or the way that they were moving made them hard to cut. So he brought out the cutlery and everything. Like he was doing that. And then it's like, wow, my best friends supposedly are getting mixed. I'm gonna just use one thorn. Nah, I'm not gonna. But if I tell you, oh, I killed Prince and Arc After, who you don't fucking talk to or check on, Oh, squiggly lines. Oh, the black and white. Oh, bam. Like, it's just so inconsistent. That's my problem with this nigga. I never know what I'm going to get. It's a dice roll every fucking week. I might get 3 back-to-back D20s and then a fucking 3 and a 1. Like, I just don't know what I'm getting every week with this dude. It's mad annoying. Yeah, so. Again, this is not the only story that I used to be, that I'm I'm a fan of and invested in that's doing this. It's not the only one. But I don't like dice rolls. Even if it's consistent, like solid, just a 7, I prefer that over the up and down roller coaster sometimes. That's my problem. Dumas is still at risk because bro installed a virus inside his heart. That's a fact. You missed it? Yeah, you did. The live reaction you did. By the way, you forgot about the time stop in the fight against Lee's. Did I forget time stop? I didn't forget time stop. That was on Glam. And again, me and him have acknowledged plenty times in the last week that me and him could have done a lot better. But I mentally checked. You could like I when I was editing that video, I can tell I mentally. I don't really care about power scaling to that degree. I wasn't that engaged. Like I checked out like 30 minutes in. I was like, I could tell like in my voice, like, oh, I don't care. I stopped caring around this 40-minute mark. I wanted the discussion to end because it was getting longer and longer and longer, and I was gonna have to edit it. But that video actually didn't do well. So probably after Kasaki and Kaido, I'm not gonna do any more power scaling stuff in that fashion again. If I do one, it'll just be a conversation. But Bam. Me and Glam are probably gonna revisit Lee's versus Bam to do it better, but we'll do it by the season. So season 1 Bam, season 1 Lee's, season 2 Bam, season 2 Lee's, and then season 3. So just stay tuned for that. But I'm not in any rush to do that, and I lost my care to do it because I actually thought that one would have banged, because my entire audience is Kubera and Tower of God, and nobody really watched it. So, not doing that again. I promise you, I'm not doing that again. All right. Hell, even more Bam stuff through season 2. Every time he was overwhelmed by the Thorn's power, he'd pass out and wake up with that as his new control limit. Why'd that change this season, and why wasn't it explained? I genuinely think SCU just flying by the seat of his pants here and doesn't know how to write consistently. I've been saying for a while, it seems to be every week he gets a blank paper and just free balls it. He's just freestyling. He's not thinking about things he's done earlier, how those threads connect, and the interconnectivity of all things without his narrative. I just think he's writing it as you go on a flyby. Some mangaka and creative teams do this and are good at doing it, but they probably still check and recheck certain things to make sure it's consistent. I don't know that he does that. I don't know. Is it me, or is Batman to take Dumas out with a bad indigestion? Dumas spit that man up. He is known as the one who devours. Yep, his heart gone. When we saw Kun stabbed and dead on the floor, I don't know how he doesn't go all out. That's what I'm saying. He goes, what do you mean he's dead? I'm like, what kind of reaction is that? I'd be like, bro. But how many times do I tell you guys, Bam is not a good friend? Don't get it twisted. Bam isn't the only person I give this criticism to. Goku was an awful father, husband, and he's not a good friend. He's a terrible friend. If he's not like these are not people that I would par with. I don't want to be around y'all. I do not fuck with you niggas, bro. So, anyways. Is consistent that Bam is inconsistent in his power. You got me there. You got me there. One of these days, Batam's character needs to be analyzed. I might have to fuck around and do it. Bam's? Does Bam just not have his time versus powers anymore? Oh, I don't know. Think about how many times you see him do something like pretty much one time. Did you guys know he could use Dragon Tiger Gate? Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Where was I at? When I get to 10K points, new vid for Unk. Why Jaha's deadly as nut? I'm not making that. I always told you guys, don't waste your points. Don't waste your points on something like make a video on why Hunter x Hunter is the best manga of all time. I'm not making it. You're gonna waste your points. Keep it within the channel lines. But yeah. Someone actually did do that though. They used their channel points for me to react to a Son of Affection, which I'll be doing it on March 8th. So, yeah. But Deadly Nut, that's a good April Fool's video, if anything, all things considered. It was a cool video. Would better if I watched Kubera and remembered more about Liz's abilities. I did my best with it, but and also there's no animated Kubera footage, so like I felt like the video was boring to watch a little bit. It was a slideshow, but what could you do? Do you talk about when the big discussion would be today, or are you waiting for the chapter after lip reveal? I talked about it earlier in the stream that I proposed the date of March 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and usually I do that, and we work from there to see. I'm ready. I'm ready to go whenever, but it's them. It's not me. People understand. Like sometimes people are like, nah, you should collab more. I fucking try. I am not very outgoing like that to begin with. So if I reach out to you and I feel like you're kind of giving me the stiff arm, I don't even engage. Like I just get discouraged and I don't bother. I have repeatedly posted in that chat about getting stuff together, and nobody replied to me until Haku and the Otaku Fix did. Nobody else has really replied yet. Mark is on board. I know that already. Me and him have spoken already. Something that like, if they don't reply, what can I do? I can't do anything. They have to answer. You guys are also in some of these other communities. Talk to them about it. Hey, Joe. Hey, Haku. Hey, Mark. Hey, Izzy. When are you going to do the big discussion on Nia Hemming's channel? Like, you guys have the power to influence those things too. Show the community that you want it, because I'm not going to push. I'm not pulling anyone's teeth to come on this fucking stream. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've had this problem with the One Piece YouTubers. I'm not doing it again. I'll stay in my little corner of the internet if I have to. I'm content here. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm thriving. We're growing a little bit every day. Not great growth, but we're growing. So, again, not me. I posted in the chat. We'll see what happens. He probably changed his story to some extent, at least when he was talking about those months of of not a year-long break. Didn't he take it because people weren't satisfied with TOG, so he took time off to rethink the story? Well, whatever he thought about didn't work. Do I think Eureka's after the boss? Yes, I've said that. I've said that on numerous occasions. I literally have a video completely dedicated to who Urek Mazino was chasing, and I think it's the boss, the captain, whatever you want to call him. Goku was certified to be the worst when he gave Cell the sensu bean. I'm not even talking about that moment necessarily, because that was one of those weird. I believe in my son so much. He gonna whoop you at full power, but I'm talking about the fact he don't visit his friends. He don't raise his children. Oh, you spent a year with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber. No, cut it out. He doesn't nurture his children. That's my point. So yeah. Where was I? Oh, I can suggest 2 videos. Hey, remember, just don't waste your points, man. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. Genuinely, one of the only options left for a good twist is when Bam confronts the family heads with their missing history. Is that Bam reveals that he's the bad guy and everyone switches back to following Rachel. Anime or manga sound of affection? I'm not watching shit. I'm reading it. I don't watch. You guys know I don't watch nothing, bro. I don't watch anime. Anime stinks. I don't think that'll happen, but wow, the window for good writing gets narrower each week. I know. At first, when I saw the video, I was like, "Ain't no way Bam loses to Leeds." But after watching the video, somewhat considering their ability to start to think more on the other side, Leeds is too tricky of an opponent with their invulnerability, pretty much. So it just depends on how much damage he could deal to Bam, which I don't remember. Her offensive stuff with the sword was a cool video for sure. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. For anyone who peeped, I do appreciate it, because I pretty much took a week off to edit it, because I never edited a video that long, that intensely, where every image, every video, everything is all me. So I appreciate it. Then the second longest was the one I put on my other channel, the Spark the Electric Jester 3 videos, by half an hour. That was a doozy. And that was a bit of a rush job, because I beat all 3 games in a week and got inspired midweek to do it. So I shot the Breath of the Wild video for this one. What was I gonna say? I read something about something and I forgot what it was. Damn it. By the way, it's a good thing you took a break of One Piece. Even Roger is mad this latest chapter. Oh, Roger's base. Oh, I mean, you're reading the best female character this week, LMAO, JJK. Wait, you're reading the best female character in this fight this week, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I didn't read it because he didn't finish drawing the pictures. Listen. If you didn't finish your fucking chapter, I'm not reading that shit. I didn't read it. I'm not reading. I already don't like JJK's art style. It looks like a fucking rough draft and etch a sketch, and I just don't like it. And if that it's like the Maki chapter where she took out the clan. Like I can't read that. Like I don't want to watch. That's ugly. I can't watch that. I don't know. I don't know what happened this week. And talk smack about One Piece community being a yes man. I mean, the One Piece community has been garbage for like a decade, so that makes sense. My point was he rethought the story probably during those long breaks and now doesn't connect as well. It feels like he's writing on the spot because of that. Well, that sucks, man. He said, you have enough for 7 videos. Hey, don't waste it. Just gonna hoard points. Spock. The latest OP chapter was pretty damn boring. Half of it was more of a broadcast of Vegapunk doing nothing and having a random chatter. Yeah, etch a sketches shit's not it. JJK dude sucking for a chapter where literally nothing was happening. I'm so tired of the internet. Y'all gotta get to my stage of just I don't care. I just don't give a damn what anyone's doing. It's getting bad because like it's starting to percolate into my real life where like I just look at somebody and be like, you're just dumb. Like I don't give a fuck about what it is you're saying. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I found it, season 3, episode 11. The boss said we when talking about himself. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna stick to my guns, but you guys could believe that. I'm gonna stick to what I to my line of thinking. Maybe there's like some weird hive mind collective or something, but I think the boss and the captain or whatever are probably similar people or the same person or they all come from one place. I don't know. I don't even know what to think. I don't even think I fucking care. I just laugh when I reach it these days. Like yeah, like I just don't like I just this and that and other. Like I don't give a fuck. You're not intelligent. Shut up. Don't talk to me. Like I've been getting disrespectful IRL. Like just look at you like shut the fuck up talking to me. I don't care. Nothing you've said about this entire discourse has been remotely intelligent. Please be quiet. I've noticed too. I've been mean in the comments. I won't lie to you. Somebody got cooked in the comments when someone was like, he said something stupid like Bam's holding back because Dumas is trying to catch him alive. And I'm like, do you think anything you just said was even slightly intelligent? Don't try me now. I'm in that mode. Just you better make sense when you come talking to me. I don't care what you believe, but make sense when you make a case. That's all I care about. Oh, I like that Bam versus Lee's video too. My only defense of Bam was like from chapter 3 when Liroro makes a wall of Shinsu in the 20th floor and it's as hard as concrete to some people. Scaling TOG freeze to the level of everything being done in a sea of concrete makes him look at least a bit better. Um yeah, but me and Glam could have done that better. But yeah, I do not read the beginning after the end. I read a good amount of it, but I'm not a I don't know. I feel like I've said this a few times, and it's like one of those things where it's like if I say, oh yeah, like, oh, I just finished playing Persona, they're like, oh, play Trails of the Sky, play this, play that. And it's like, I don't like turn-based RPGs. They're not my cup of tea. The ones that you see me like are the outliers. They're the exception to the rule. I don't like webtoons. As an overall, webtoons does not move me. They're garbage for the most part, in my opinion, or they start off well and then they fall off a cliff. I don't like them. Hubera, Tower of God, Purple Hyacinths, among some others that I read from different places like Romantically Apocalyptic, Saint Ferrand, RRBA, whatever, are more exceptions to the rule. But the beginning after the end, I got bored reading it the same way I got bored reading Solo Leveling. It was boring to me. I get the appeal. I know why people like it, but it's boring to me. That being said, I did promise at some point I would watch the Solo Leveling anime at the very least because I do like the beginning of it. I like how the main character gets his like hacks power because I think he totally earned and deserved it by figuring out the riddle and having the courage to do all the things with those weird giant faces or whatever the fuck those demon things were. So I'm a peep at the beginning and see it, but like I don't really enjoy it like watching like I know it's technically like I don't know who's animating the Soul Leveling. Is it a Japanese studio? Like I don't really I haven't liked anime for like a decade. For the most part, like Monogatari comes out, I'm there. Give or take something like Mob or like Psychopaths, I'll be there. I like those, even though I haven't even watched Psychopaths season 3 yet or Mob season 3 yet. And I like Fire Force. I never finished watching Fire Force. It's just I don't have time. I work 3 jobs, people. You guys want me to watch and read everything, make me an internet sensation that I can quit everything else I'm doing and do this full time, and I'll do it. But I can't. I gotta work. I gotta work out. I gotta make videos for 2 channels and whatnot, stream and all this stuff, write scripts and edit. On top of living my life, I just don't have the time in the day. I know you guys be excited for me to try stuff. It's not always that I don't want to. Sometimes it's like I straight up don't want to. Like I don't want to fucking read that shit. I don't care. But sometimes like I really would like to like try some stuff out, but it's just I don't have the time in my day. I gotta sleep too. There could be one boss, but his abilities to create clones, just like the idea of the 3 pinches. That's kind of what I was. Yeah, that makes sense. Nah, but niggas have to come correct though. Yeah, they do. They sometimes they do come like completely crooked and sideways, and I'm like, don't do that. He's on a different. He's on a different timing now. The TOG shit, TOG shit streak done changed him. You can't just yap over here. Go to the OP community for that. That's funny. I read the beginning after the end, like 30, 40 chapters or something, and dropped it. Yeah. Am I gonna play Final Fantasy VII remake? No. I suppose at some point I'll end up playing it, but if you're asking me, Naya, are you super excited for the new Final Fantasy VII game and you're gonna buy it and play it now? No, I'm not a Final Fantasy person. I did not grow up on Final Fantasy. I also don't like Square Enix. I do not. I do not understand why we need the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like this game hasn't been in the pop culture sphere and since forever. Like everyone loves Cloud and Sephiroth. Like I don't feel like they needed another revisit, but I have no interest in that. That's just me though. I don't know when Kurt Gum comes back. I don't have that information, unfortunately. I only asked because the light novel beginning at the end instead of the webtoon is more enjoyable that way. I don't have time to read that. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't have time right now. I don't have time to read a light. I haven't read a book for the most part of all year. Like I haven't been able to read any. I've not read a novel or nonfiction book for like 4 months, which is bad for me. Like usually I knock out like four a month, and my end of year book reading is always 30 plus. Last year was bad, and this year is not going. It's going even worse right now. I just don't have the time. I'm sorry. Solo webtoons are already looking amazing. The art. What of Steins Gates? Have you watched it? I don't like the Steins Gate anime. Now, the Steins Gate light novel, visual novel, and the Steins Gate Zero visual novel, absolutely fantastic and one of the greatest stories I have ever experienced. That focuses and centers around time travel. Shout out to the zombie Christina. I'm a huge Steins Gates fan, but I do not like the anime. The anime has stripped all the flair, the dope artistry, aesthetic, and a lot of the great character work and character moments that's in the visual novel. You have to understand about me. I won't watch Ace Attorney. I'm not interested. I play the Ace Attorney visual novels. I'm not watching Danganronpa. I'm playing the games. Though they did have the Hope and Despair side for like the Danganronpa 3 anime, which I thought was absolutely garbage. But yeah, anime, no. Visual novel, masterpiece. I love Steins Gate. I read all of TOG last month and thought it was so good. I feel like I read too much to give up now. You just caught up, so you're pretty new. I don't know how. I don't know. With me, we'll just have to see how much my temperament lasts. I'm a pretty patient dude, but I have my limit too. I have a boiling point, but yeah, they remade it simply because Final Fantasy VII was such a big cultural staple. The money to retread the same shit, and there you go. I legit know nothing about Final Fantasy. I know a lot about it. I just don't care about it. My first real exposure to FF to Final Fantasy was through Kingdom Hearts, a franchise that I no longer champion. I don't like Kingdom Hearts, so nothing for me there. F8 remake isn't even a remake because Deadass a weird sequel. I know. I played the first one. My friend brought it over and I played it and I saw the little ghosts and the like Sephiroth appeared earlier than he was supposed to because he's supposed to be in the little crystal because of what happened. I don't know if I'm spoiling anybody, even though this game's like 100,000 years old. But yeah, FF remake spoiler. It's not a remake. It's FF Part Two with the cheeky subtitle remake. I need to play the original. Elden Ring has taken over my life. I heard they drop like a DLC or something, right, for Elden Ring. Is it fair? Yeah. TOG is definitely experiencing a binge. The weekly SLU effery 8 is not worth it. Yeah, but I still think like if I was reading this, I would have still been like around season 3. I would have started to be like, it's falling off. Like just reading in the binge, my brain works properly no matter what how I read something. So like I'm not dissing anybody by the way. I just mean like some people can't find problems in a binge as opposed to weekly. I could find them in both. So I still would have found these issues to be problematic, all things considered. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but definitely going from like read something you like from binge to weekly read can be tough. Could be tough. I remember when I remember when I was enjoying Kingdom when I caught up to Kingdom. Kingdom was pretty hard for me to read week to week because I always had so many chapters. I have not read Kingdom in like 3 4 years, but yeah, yeah. 100%. I meant for the casual view, you definitely would have. Yep. I'd be more interested in Final Fantasy in general if the plots were connected. The day I found out they were all self-contained is when my interest took a nosedive. It's actually interesting you say that. I actually had the opposite effect, but but I'm the type of person I'd still play them in order. If you don't know this, right? I've actually beaten the first Final Fantasy game, like the first one, Warrior of Light. I've beaten that game on my NES Mini, but you had save state, so I kind of cheated. Other than that, I beat 15. I've played Dissidia. I beat the Dissidia games on PSP. I never played the real like PS4 one with the 3 on 3. I never really played that. I'm forgetting one. I played Chocobo Racing. I'm forgetting one. What's the one where you play as Zack? Crisis Core. Final Fantasy Crisis Core. That is the end. Then Kingdom Hearts. That is the extent of my Final Fantasy whatever. I didn't like Final Fantasy 15, so I just mentally checked out altogether after that. I thought that game was bad. The longer you played, I heard there's a bunch of DLC and expansion and whoop de whoop and playable sections of other characters. Now it's too late. When I got the game, it was fresh. I didn't have that, so that's the experience that I had. Didn't like it. Who said I was going back to Kingdom? I ain't going back. It's too late. Unless y'all tell me Yo Tanwa going crazy, she murking, she fighting, her yitties are out. I'm not coming back, bro. It's too late. It's too. I'm. uh, we said what? But thanks anyway. What'd you say? What's from you? I'm not new at reading week since the data floor. Okay. If I hardcore binge, I won't retain as much about the stories. Gotta take it a bit slower and digest the story and info, or I'll just go past it and forget stuff before I can think about it. But usually I do binge. It depends on my level of general intrigue and interest. I've always said that fandoms have varying levels of like being a fanatic, right? So you could be a casual, someone doesn't really care, a passing enthusiast, a super fan who checks every nook and cranny of every panel and every version of like there's different levels to me. So I just think your level of fandom depends on how much interest you have. Like there's things that if I'm reading like My Hero or something, I'm not gonna notice something that like maybe someone else like East or Anarchy would like or like would like notice because they have a vested interest in the series. Get what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah. Where was I? Yeah, TOG isn't popping right now like it was in the past, but I hope that it will be back to its peak levels in the upcoming events and the major players in the tower all starting to make their moves. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm with you. I hope so too. The best final that's the online one for. You have to get through 100 hours of content for the main story to start wrapping up. So it's a big ask, but generally 10 and 10 if you commit to it. I don't have 100 hours to commit. Did Korea like this chapter? I need the link. I don't have it. I need the link. Titania is in the battle, but not a focus yet. Yotanwa. Oh, that's not enough for me. What about my girl Karen? Is his name Karen? The one who's like, you want to come to my bedding quarters or bed chambers? I need that. Snoo. I need that. Um, yeah. I'm not one of those people, by the way. Just as a side note, I'll probably speak about this on my other channel at some point, which I'm gonna plug in a second because I gotta start being shameless. I do not promote myself enough. I gotta start doing that. Um, what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, I don't base on whether or not a game is worth its price based on hours. Give me 6 meaningful hours over 60 hours padded out with bullshit. I will take the 6 clean, unfiltered joy and passion over I'll take 60 hours of I don't want to do this bullshit. That's just me though. I don't care if a game is short if it's good and it's fun. And chances are, if it's shorter, I'm probably gonna replay it or replay it in a different way. I'm just gonna close my blind because the sun is fucking with the aesthetic. So yeah. Okay. Thank you for the link. Link. Don't get. Hold on. Seizure warning. Ah. Switch to English. To the English. 08. I am not a bot, man. Do my baby rock. Do. I wanna rock. Do. Okay. Boom, we got them. You got 34 comments. Bada boom, bada bing. We'll get through that in a second. Let me see what y'all saying. Give me a sec. More so after I read a chapter, taking time to digest it and think about the events, what I thought of all that helps a lot to retain the info and have a better opinion of the story as opposed to not doing it if I just binge forward and fast. I'm not paying attention to as much as I'm reading it. It does depend on when I'm reading though for sure. Yeah. Like I kind of read Black Clover and retained very little. That happens. But like when I like caught up to like East to West or like Monstrous, as lower deep and as dense with information they are, I retain things because I genuinely liked it and enjoyed it. And after an issue, I might stop and think and be like, "Yo, Micah really is her. Like, I really respect what she the path she's on." So yeah, yeah. F the pad of garbage, 100%. Once SIU can answer the question, "What do you want to draw?" He'll be back. Me with Celeste. I love Celeste so much. But that's part of the reason why like I think platformers are super dope, especially like the ones that are a little bit more difficult and whatnot. Like I spent my entire Sunday just speed running Spark 3 levels, trying to like get all the speed medals, which I ended up doing. I'm in like the 4.6 percentile of people who got that achievement, just trying to up my time and increase it and be better and better and better. These are like 4 minute levels or if 2 to like 6 minute levels, just going over and over, trying to get a better run, better time, and go through the level and stage with more pizzazz and style and flair. That's to me one of the main appeals about Sonic games and whatnot too. So but I don't dislike Elden Ring. I haven't played Elden Ring because I don't play like the people. I don't like the term, but the Soulsborne type of games. I haven't really played them. What's the one with the where the monkey dies and he picks his head up and he keeps fighting you? I've played a good chunk of that and Neo. I have had Bloodborne on my PS4 since 2014 and have not played it yet. Elden Ring seems more up my alley because it's a little more open world and I can kind of tailor suit my adventure. And I do want to play. I just don't know when I'll get around to because my video game backlog is deadly. I have still not played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that's going to take me a minimum of 100 hours, and I still haven't played it. I still got AI the Somnium Files to beat. I just beat the Three Sparks game. I played some Rolling Rascals. I want to do Coffee Talk episode 2 soon. I have to play Anno Mutatim, whatever it's called, the Cyberpunk game, which I've been very excited for. I have yet to play River City Girls 2. There's more games coming out that I want to play that's coming out. I think On Guard, like I had just my backlog is just fucking insane, so it's just hard. But Sadiko Shadows Die Twice or whatever. Yeah, that absolutely good chunk of. But I don't those games don't appeal to me naturally. I have to really be in the right state of mind and frame and really have the will to do it. I don't have the will to die to a boss 8 times, win once, and feel like I conquered it. I'm like the series is 1-8. I'm losing the series. Like I'm pissed. But for platformers, I like really, really hard, like your Super Meat Boys, your Celeste. I'm gonna throw Cuphead in there, even though some people might more so consider it a boss gauntlet. But I like those type of games. I like to be challenged with my movement and stuff like that. I had so much fun playing Elden Ring and Hollow Knight last year. Hollow Knight is the best Metroidvania I've ever played. Now this year I got the DLC for Elden Ring. Just need the sequel for Hollow Knight Silk Song, and we're good. Silk Song is a goddamn urban legend. Team Cherry, where is my girl Hornet? Ekoi, get good. Sha. I've been waiting for Silk Song, bro. I've been waiting. It's not real. I hear author I will return when Kurigum does, but it might be too late. You. You got the first Naruto OP stuck in my head. That's what I was singing. Yeah. Why? Why though? I don't know why. Yeah, you're right. I used to retain very little when I came to any story because I used to just go past it quick. Same with TOG and One Piece. Also, because I was much younger when I first read this, or remember later on, I reread my favorites. That's the reason why I retain the information I retain. Or when I was younger, I used to be in one manga forums, so I used to speak about the chapters and see what people were saying and reading. So that helped me like kind of like So yeah. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Elden Ring was the first Souls games for me last year. It was one of my best experiences for sure. Beat the game so many times that I would start to practice to do no hit, but then stop playing as I started. Damn, he got good, good. Even though we've been on a streak of mid to TOD chapters, I'm still enjoying it compared to OP, where I feel like there's no actual tension going on, even though we're in the final saga. Honest with you, Sean, I feel like probably equally as like unmoved by both series. I don't think there's one that I'm more unmoved by. Like both Oda, SIU, I've been whatever. I'm probably secretly a little higher. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But this chapter for me was fine. But again, I have not read One Piece all 2024, so I don't know what's happening. But I feel you. Horn is the best character too. Need that sequel. Is Horn my favorite character? I don't think about that, but her movement looks so much more robust and acrobatic than the knight. So I'm very excited for it. I just want to play it, man. I just want to play it. Why is rereading easier than reading new things? Ah, you're getting to that age. Ah, look at you. Y'all getting old, man. That's what happens when you get up there in age. You start looking at this new shit, and it's not even necessarily that you hate all of it. I do, but I'm just a grumpy old man. I do, and you go, what if I watched Monogatari for the eighth time this week? Like, that's me. Like, Naya, why don't you try this new manga? And it's like, what if I watch Bubblegum Crisis for the eighth time this year? Like, that's me. Nah, I started to be like I was an old soul at 20. I was also an old soul at 22. I started to become unmoved. How old was I when I was in 2015? Can I do math? Where's my calculator? It's 2000 and Kobe. Shot to the Mamba. Minus 2015. Wait, I did something wrong. Oh wait, I have to do by. I know that I did it wrong. Minus one. No entry. Okay. Yeah, I got there pretty early though, but I was always an old soul. I was always a grumpy ass nigga and unmoved. He said, "Oh no, Anafri, you're getting close to Unk status." For me, it was hard to reread anything. Even now, I have certain series hard for me. It's hard to make myself do it because I'm like in my head. I already read it once though. I could reread like the Water Seven saga ad infinitum and never get bored of it. That's just the greatest stretch of fiction I've ever experienced. What I do like to do more these days, instead of necessarily revisiting an entire story or narrative, I might just I what I found I've been doing for the last 6 years is I consistently revisit my favorite parts of a narrative or a story. I might not reread One Piece every year like I used to like 6 years ago, but I might reread Skypiea randomly, rewatch Skypiea randomly, or the special, if you will. I don't want the Skypiea special, but another special, maybe the episode of East Blue or something. Like I do that. Like one thing I liked about the Danganronpa visual novel games back in the days, you could replay cases, specific points in the trial, like the class trial or the investigation part, so I can just replay my favorite moments over and over. I find that works better for me because I don't have the time to go through everything from start to finish. Like for Paper Mario, I have save states for my favorite parts of the game. So chapter 6 with Sir Pennington, the penguin with the improbably large brain and stuff like that, where I can just go replay my favorite parts. That has helped me a lot. So yeah. It's still March 2020. I know you're talking about 2022. If I read a new series, I know a series did what it's trying to do and did it better. You know what I'm doing? Yeah. I do feel like Water 7 was so underrated compared to NES lobbies. I talk about the Water 7 saga, not just the Water 7 arc. I am talking about the Long Ring Long Island from the Davy back fight to post NES lobbies. That stretch is phenomenal, but you're right. Water 7 is really good as an arc itself. My issue is that I know I haven't earned the reread tokens. I need to catch up and add stuff to my fictional bookshelf. That kind of makes sense. I have a really like I say, I have a very diverse palette and I've experienced and read and played and watched many things from many different time periods, from many different languages and cultures. Just how I am. Like that I like that variety. I think it's easier for a lot of people I speak to because they're just like, I just like manga. I only read manga. I only talk about manga storytelling, but I talk about writing and storytelling for a plethora of different media, and that includes things that have nothing to do with anime or manga or Japan. So I find like some things that that they do in like the UK and the European writing to be interesting in contrast to Japanese novel writing, in contrast to North American writing. Like I see a lot of differences, but also a lot of overlap and similarities. I'm usually pretty good with rereads, but my Kubera reread has been severely impeded by gaming with friends this last month. I really need to do that reread. I just don't have. I just it's gonna take me a while because I want to take notes and stuff, and I just don't. I just want to play video games when I have free time right now. I won't lie to you. I will reread it at some point. I promise you, but I don't know when. And this was the best time to do it because she was on her hiatus. But again, I've been gaming, man. I got the gaming bug right now. I like novels or any type of story in general. With that being said, do you have any good recommendations of what? Just like anything? Have you read Monstrous? Have you read Low? Have you read East to West already? I'm always start with my those three comics. I love them to death, and I want more people to read them. I am going to do a video on them for the other channel, by the way. So you'll get those videos. We're probably I'm thinking of like trying to do some months themed, like I do like an indie month where I talk about four different indie games every week, and then like a comic book month, and then maybe a movie month. Like I'm thinking of trying to theme some, but I'll gather my bearings. But yeah, any good stories? What's the second one you said? Oh, here, I'll help you guys out. As far as like reading goes, as like just novels right now, at best I can kind of give you some light novels and maybe some like Haruki Murakami or something like that, or like something like A Confession of a Mask. What's that one I really like? South of the Board, West of the Sun, South of the Board. What's that Murakami one called? I can't remember. I like Norwegian Wood a lot. That's a good stream idea. Like just reading recommendations, regardless of the medium. That's a good stream idea. We'll save it, but I'll post this so you guys can have this in your toolkit, just so you can to refer to. It'll help you. I don't really update it because I used it to build my writing portfolio to get hired as an editor and as a writer for various websites, but I'm gonna give you this link right here. So like the comic books that I think matter. Let me just kind of move this in a little bit because it's wait like let me just move you for a second, baby girl. So yeah, I would go with like oh these are my top 30. So this is my top 30, but these are all good. These are my favorite 30 comic books. So I'll give you guys that. I didn't have to post it in my I didn't have to do that. I have the chat open in Discord. Not Discord and OBS. So those are my 30 favorite comic books. That might help you with something. Let me see. Okay, let me go back to Comedy Tunes. Then I'm just gonna give you a list of like just I mean we could do I could give you the webtoon list as well. So these are like my favorite webtoons. They're not all from Line, they're not all from Naver. Some of them are smut slash porn was, if you will. So just go through the list. Anything that piques your interest or whatever, you just kind of, peep that if you want. So you guys can have that too. I think a lot of people might like Saint for Rent. And then these are just some comics. But I'll do a book reading one because I like a lot of novel series, but I just fell off, man. I just don't have the time in my day like I used to. When I was younger, I had all the fucking time in the world to do whatever. You feel me? And now it's just not like that. I'll if you guys want anything to watch from an anime standpoint, I can give you my favorite 30 manga and anime. I have streams where I do this. I do this every year, by the way, if you don't know. Like I do my favorite 30 and favorite whatever. So that's available to you guys. So that might help you out, and then you might get an idea of how my taste works, and you understand that I don't have a type. I like a good story to a good story. I enjoy what I enjoy, and we'll leave it at that for now. But yeah, man, like I think a lot of people should read Sundome. Sundome to me is absolutely incredible. It's fantastic. That's I'm gonna highlight that. But low monstress with two S's by Tadika, Sana Tadika and Marjorie Liu are amongst my absolute favorite things, just in general. So, all right, see what Korea thinks. See what Korea thinks. Murakami's writing always puts me in a vortex. You know what's to read about Murakami? I wonder if I don't know how much of his work you've read, but if anyone's read a lot of his work, I'm interested to know this. How much do you? I tend to. I think his supernatural, surreal works are a noticeable step worse than when he's kind of staying in the realm of realism. Has anyone else got that? Maybe I'm wrong, but whenever like Kafka on the Shore and some other ones, I'm like, feel like you get a little wonky when you go supernatural, surreal, but when you keep it kind of regular, you're in your element. I don't know if anyone else got that feeling though. I could be wrong. Check it out for sure. I do have a bias against comic books, kinda in general, probably because I don't like superhero type stories from Marvel and DC, but I try to be open minded. Okay, so I'm gonna help you out, right? Those things on my list are not Marvel and DC comics for the most part. I think one of the weirdest things that come from more Eastern fans who like webtoons, anime, JRPGs, and stuff is the very same stigma they hate against their community, they imprint onto the comic book community. People will say, well, anime's not mature, or it's just hentai, and it's hentai, and it's like, anime and manga come in all shapes and sizes and all types of stories: romance, drama, mecha, cyberpunk, biopunk, steampunk, action, romance, adventure. Like you could find a type of story no matter where it is that you look. Why do you guys think comic books are any different? If you don't like superheroes, you don't ever have to read a superhero story. There are stories about going on an adventure, being an inventor, being a social media star, whatever it is you're looking for is there. I've always found that so weird to me. As somebody who's never discriminated against either, I've liked both, to be like, I don't like comics because I don't like heroes, so don't read a superhero story. Monstrous, East to West and Low have nothing to do with capes, cowls, and tights at all. Just so weird to me. This is a funny thing I always bring up. But yeah. Keigo Hagashino. Let me screenshot that and give him a look. So yeah. Low as an LOW. Yes, I got you. Let me just put it on screen so you know what it looks like. My bad, y'all. Let me just put it on screen. Hold on. Let me play this safe. I'll be looking at wild stuff, bro. Just so you know what you're looking at. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Okay. Just so you know. Oh, you got it? Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm already here. So this is low. Is Rick Remender, Tocini, and McCraig. This is low. Strata Della Cane, bad bitch. You got east of east. I kept saying east to west, and I don't know why, but east of west. There's my girl Shaolian, Mao Shaolian. The There's Monstrous, my girl Micah Halfwolf, and then this is X-23. That's a Marvel thing, but yeah, like I like Scott Pilgrim a lot. Did a video on that recently. Tokyo Ghost, Clean Room is really good. Again, this is a vampire story. Habibi's a story, and like that's like more like in Islam and whatnot about people, how people are treated there, and like yeah, Invincible is a superhero story, but it's a self-contained one. So yeah, just look for what you like, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. All right, Korea. What do you guys got for us? I need to start reading some DC comics. I'm currently reading X Men's House Power of X. I'm loving it. That's what's up. Wait, should be in the link. Never mind. I agree. Had the same thought during Kafka. Okay, so it's not just me. Interesting. Like Kafka got really weird, and Japanese weird, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. As a kid, before any manga, superhero stories were just so popular. That's why I almost just automatically think of that when I hear comics. But I remember my friend used to read some comic called Mr. No, we love that stuff. There's so many good ones out there. So like Mecha that you like, if you like Mecha, like you like your Gundams and whatnot, Mecha that you is there for you. Like you just gotta look. But again, like to quote like Palpatine when he said to Anakin, it's like you have me. I don't volunteer my recommendations anymore because I don't do that anymore. But you have me. You could use my knowledge. Like I'm here to help. If you're looking for some interesting comics or webtoons or indie video games, all you have to do is ask me. The only thing that I generally ask is laser focus what you're looking for in general. I kind of hate Naya. Give me a good video game. I don't know what you play. Like maybe you like shooters. I don't play shooting games like that. Like just focus your like the recs you want a little bit. I'm looking for an action adventure story. I'm looking for a romance story. I'm looking for a story that dives into psychology and the human psyche. Like just do that. I'm looking for a good platformer, a Metroidvania, blah 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 blah. Blah. So yeah. Anyways. Secretly, secretly might do a degree in neurology reading. I also just don't like heroes in anime too. And never watched that academia story about heroes. That's interesting to me. I definitely have gotten there. I have fatigue of superhero stuff, but I'll always love my Superman and whatnot. That's just me though. Kafka wasn't just Japanese. Weird. That was weird. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Thanks for the prescription doctor paperwork. You're welcome. Sometimes I just ask someone what they like and then just see the summary of it myself outline. Okay, that makes sense. But just sometimes it's hard for me because it's like I like you could be like Naya. I want a comic book that has great action, like manga esque. Okay, Luther Strode. I got you covered. Like it helps me when you give me like a genre or something you're looking for instead of just can you give me a good video game? Well, what I you might not like what I like. I like games like I like extreme sports. You might not give a fuck about aggressive in like skating, snowboarding, skateboarding, and BMXing. I like that shit. I think it's super dope. You might not be into that. You might be like, nah, this is a good shooting game. I don't like shooting games. It doesn't say I won't play one, but I don't. I'm not. I'm Canadian. I can't shoot. I admit it. I'm not American. I know how to use a gun. I'm terrible. Unless I can use gyro. I'm good with gyro. Or if you give me an arrow, for some reason, if I have a bow and arrow, I can aim. But like, I can't play shooting games. So like, I would ask you like, hey, I want to get into a first person shooter. Like, what's a good first person shooter you think I should start with? And then Simi might be like, blah blah blah, inga dinga unga bunga, play this. Okay, all right. Let's get this part over and done with. Sadome is incredible. This man did not disappoint with that recommendation. It's just, whoo, yeah, that's some good stuff. Just rewatched Winter Soldier and that movie was amazing. That's still the best MCU movie in my opinion. I actually did rewatch Winter Soldier maybe 3 months ago, so I'm with you. Me somebody that I was hanging out with, situationship to keep it simple, more than friends, not quite lovers. We rewatched all of like the MCU for the most part. Naiology and Dritzology, those are degrees I need. Dritz Dritz is a smart man. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to storytelling and stuff too. So I co-sign this. Shout out to the Dark Lord Dritz. Sometimes just when thinking of heroes, like, oh look, I'm a guy, I go save people, do good stuff, I'm a good guy. It just sounds kind of lame and not as interesting. Now I always try to be open minded. If I hear some hero stories a bit different, I give it a chance. Same with Mecha. I gave Girl like a chance in Code Geass and some other stuff, and I loved it. Well, people, I don't know. I can't get behind the a superhero is boring because they're inherently good and wants to save people. That's not a problem for me. But maybe you need something that's more in the anti-hero space then, or somebody who's more morally gray. It's basically the best I can do for you. But I feel it. I'm not mad at that opinion though. So, all right. If the Slayer moves, the family head also moves. It's refreshing to see a bastard being treated like a piece of ish by a guy who doesn't even know what rank he is in the family. Refreshing to seeing his stomach pierced. Discussing for no reason is so generous to the subject of selection. It's hypocrisy. She's an idiot. I don't even know. Actually, hold on. Give me a second. I think these are replies. Are they? Or are these are just the most voted comments? I think maybe the most voted comments. It's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. She's an idiot who doesn't know how to be stubborn. Who knows how to be stubborn and criticize other people's opinions about her vagina, but her appearance to gone from God next. So I wonder if she's at the right level for a webtoon protagonist. Feel like the screen is enlarged too much. I don't know what's going on there. So the balance seems too confusing. Adjust the balance. If the Slayer moves, blah blah blah. He's still the main character, but it's so ugly he's turned away. It feels like the screen is enlarged too much. Oh, I just read that. Come to your senses, and it won't be such a blatant development that will break Dumas's heart. Please, instead of destroying it, I absorbed it and became stronger. It might be like this. I thought Zahar looked strange, but he's the captain. Probably that snake guy and the pink-haired guy from the beginning of part 3, our captain's mentioned, has already been shown. He looks like Zahar. I think they are probably the princes of the red light district, like Jah Wagner. Interesting. You thought it was Jihad? Pogba? You're an idiot. The character is disgusting, but is there a new character coming out? Before the name was mentioned, but this time it appears without a name. The name will be revealed next episode, right? Maybe, maybe not. Is the hard one of those guys who got into trouble with Karaka? Seems like the son who got into a first fight. My father's bloodline that traveled with the family had two thorns, a red thorn, a blue thorn, a leviathan. How many are you not using? And you're saying you don't have enough strength. That child died at the hand of Zahar. Night is like a curse created by a spell to destroy the tower. Even the masters are at diamond spoon level. I'm still amazed. Which will end faster, this or the foreign landowner? It seems like Yamo grows faster than Chestnut, right? Am I mistaken about the number of non-selected people? It's so effing boring. What you see here is perfect. Cookies are a luxury. Instead of adding new characters, shouldn't we start organizing the ones that have already appeared? Most people who watch this are probably watching because you're curious about how it ends in the end. Ah, the size of the tech is so effing hard to concentrate. Just kill me right now, bastard. It looks like something absorbing the armor power from here. Even if the centipede is said behind the heart and tried to catch in the previous episode, the attack didn't work. Is this the skill? LOL. Hey, are the monsters inside the main character's body just decorations? Is this a new character again? How long can it drag on? Please revive me. Please res. I have the ray gun. I haven't watched in a year, so I came back to check out the episode and it's already on at night. When did that bastard get stronger? That thing will be absorbed. King Kua, there's so many characters, it's hard to identify them. I thought it was a PUG, but it's Zard's army. Is it going to be a dogfight? I don't know. Just look at it. Thank you for loving Tower of God so far. Huh. They seem a little all over the place this week a bit. I'm not entirely sure where they fully stand, but they're unhinged. A lot of them are like can't read it, can't understand it. Why is he using his powers? Blah blah blah. But some of them are just like, what are you talking about? Someone's vagina? Like what is that? What happened there? That was unhinged. That is crazy. So I don't know. Kind of funny, but yeah. Sometimes just when thinking of heroes, like I'm a good. Oh, I read that already. What people are realizing the door peeking panel is not something that tell Slave and Eater and Hodoro. The Koreans are hinged. I wonder. I mean, yeah, that comment is right. The reason I'm a TOG is mainly because I want answers to the mysteries, but that'd be true whether I thought it was good or bad right now. I remember the one guy in the YouTube chat last week that was trying so hard to explain how Bam had no reason to use any other powers because they wouldn't help him. Yeah, that's one of the people who I'm like I don't think he's intelligent. So I don't know why he always bothers me, but he a JJK stand, so it says a lot about him. I'm gonna give the chapter a 6.5 for the week. My favorite panel is the swole boss, Captain whatever. Peeking through. Do I have a favorite piece of dialogue? I guess maybe his line about a new boss in the tower. I don't know. Or maybe Dumas being like, I made a mistake. That's kind of funny. Bam's neck being messed up is probably the second one. This Yeet was probably the second one too, but that's all I got for this stream. So you guys just give me 10 minutes to tinkle. Maybe put a little food in my belly. I'm doing the YouTube stream today. I'm gonna get all done today. Until Kubera comes back, it's just gonna be Tower God Mondays in general. Haku did drop a new project that we'll react to. I might not have time this week to do it. It might be a next week ordeal, but we'll get to it. I've always enjoyed the projects that Haku takes on. He's the OG of the community. He's been doing this the longest. I actually think he should have way more subscribers and all those things, but we're gonna get that popping. So yeah. That guy went to vet in Mark's Discord, bro was fuming. Oh, that's hilarious. But like that's why I did what I did, just to like because I knew he was hot. And I thought of ignoring him too. So that was funny. Yeah. All right, see ya. It was a surprise appearance of the boss and Jihad ship, even when Keating makes Keating all right. We don't need Dritz to come outside yet. All right. Y'all be safe. For those who are going to come on YouTube, see you in about 10-15 minutes. Patreon gang, appreciate you guys every month as per usual. You guys be paying my bills, helping me get through life every single day. Huge shout out to the CBLs. That's a certified BAM lovers. They be loving Bam, LaBam, James. But a huger shout out to the Priest of Fire. Those are the tier 2s, the certified brothers lovers, and they might be the real CBLs. And the biggest shout out to the 5th Zen God. Shout out to all of my tier 3s. Shout out to I'm in the Gym, Abdel. Childish New Jabez, Fairs, Huey, Johnny Rogers, number 1 mod Catan, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Naz Riley, Revenant, Scobe, Simi, Tao, Tino Brown, Urek Masino, Wolf General, Zodiac Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. I got to eat some sugar grass today. Oh yeah, we moving on up, baby.